Hello, Dawn Moore, Legence Title Company. During a class today, an agent asked me, when I represent a buyer, is there something I should look for in particular in the title commitment when the title company sends it out? My answer to that question is no, you shouldn't. You should be encouraging your buyer to review the commitment, particularly those items listed on Schedule B of the commitment, which are exceptions to title. These exceptions limit the buyer's use of the property. Exceptions can include easements. Easements affect the location and size of any additional improvements the buyer may want to add to the property, such as a pool or a greenhouse. Exceptions can also include deed restrictions, also known as restrictive covenants. Restrictive covenants limit the buyer's use of the property. They are generally placed on a piece of property to, quote, maintain the integrity of the neighborhood, unquote. They can include such things as limiting the number of dogs you could have on the property. The thought process behind that is to limit kenneling. These deed restrictions can prohibit you from having any farm animals on the property. And popular now are chickens in the backyard to raise chickens and have organic eggs. Another restriction can be the limit on how you use the home. These deed restrictions could prohibit you from running a daycare out of your home. The buyers need to understand what limitations they have on their use of the property. As an agent for the buyer, you should never assume the responsibility of reviewing these deed restrictions and exceptions for the buyer and passing your blessing over them. What may be a normal use restriction to you may not be normal to the buyer. It is imperative that the buyer understand his limitations on the use of the property. When the buyer receives the commitment and exception documents and has a question, please refer them to the title company. Make sure they accept their limitations as to use of their property. I hope this video will help you better serve your clients in the future. Legence Title is your resource for results. Thank you.